Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Dark.
Let's see if
My name is Jeff.
Okay, mics are working. You ready for this?
Sure.
Are you ready to go live now, Hardy?
I'm currently videoing ghosts. Sure. Why not?
Ready? Are you ready? You sure you're ready?
Well, I'm not performing anymore, so I'm good.
If I'm looking over here, it's because you're on this monitor for me. So I might look over here, but I'll try and focus over here so that way it looks like
I have a laptop.
Yes.
Although I can swipe between screens, so I can kind of see what's going on.
What? That's cool. That must be a Mac.
That is a Mac. You said
live.
something about a Mac was cool.
What? I never said that.
Yes.
I would never say that.
You need to repeat that for the entire public.
If it's like recorded on one of my streams, maybe you can find it, but otherwise there's no evidence of that. I would never admit to that.
My cat heard it. My cat heard it.
Can your cat repeat back what I said then? Or no?
Yes, she is a very talkative cat, right, DC? She's not talking right now.
Yeah, I couldn't hear her. Okay. All right, everyone. So here we are on Grab Your Ale and Share Your Tale with ArtimesHolmes. Artemis is a member of the Lore Seekers Guild, and she is, in conjunction with the Bookworm, heading up our D&D group within the Lore Seekers. How do you do D&D when it's not in person, right? Oh, they found a way, and we're doing it, and it's fun. There's tourists in our chat too. Hey, tourists. I was pretty excited that I was pretty excited Shameless was in our group because I knew Shameless, so I was like, I knew we were gonna get people that we know, of course, but I was like, there's like some people I know too much, and I'm like, I want to have a new adventure with new people, so I'm glad with all the people we got, because it's like, I know you and Becca, and I'm like, I can.
Whoa, who's Becca?
Whoa, who's Becca?
Wow.
Wait a minute. She's not on the stream, so we're not talking about her. She's doing something else. All right. Anyways, so here we are at the Grab Your Ale and Share Your Tale segment. In case you're new here, you've never seen the show, congratulations on making your way here. What it is, inside jokes indeed. What it is a show that I do.
Chat, so I know what's happening.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. We kind of do a podcast / interview style stream, where I feature people within the Elder Scrolls Online community. Most of the people featured on this stream is from the Lore Seekers Guild, because that's where I started. That's where most of the people that volunteer are from, and I have easy access to all these people, so I can be like, hey, can you be on the show? Kind of like Artemis. Ooh, almost said it. He's just here for the singing. Hold on. Let me get permission from Artemis if we can hear her sing something that's pre-recorded. Can we hear that?
It's already on your stream, isn't it, though?
Yeah. Well, not from earlier. It wasn't recording yet.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah, that one.
Oh gosh, I mean, can I take my earbuds out?
You can if you want. I mean, you're still gonna know what it says either way.
It's true. It's true.
So here is our very own ArtimesHolmes helping out with one of my sound bites. While I was going through during the Dark Brotherhood, I had an idea for a song that I wanted to create, and she graciously helped out with Mikey Shoop's help. Here it is.
You stick your right blade in, you take your right blade out, you push your victim down, and you watch as they bleed out. You do the pokey pokey and you stuff yourself right out. That's what it's all about.
Ah, good job, Artie. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I mean, they teach you that song in the Dark Brotherhood, and no one ever
Yes.
does it. I mean,
So
that's one of the first things you do. You're supposed to use it every time you use the Blade of Woe, and
you're
people
supposed to
just,
sing that
I
song.
mean,
Yeah.
they don't do
Exactly.
it. It's really sad.
I just don't see enough people doing the Dark Brotherhood pokey pokey.
I
It's just
know. That should be an emote.
it's the best way to to do the Dark Brotherhood quest line. So let's start with the first segment of the show, which is getting to know Artemis herself. So first off, Artemis, will you tell us what your first name is? And you
What
don't
my
have
first
to,
name
yeah,
is?
you don't have to answer anything, so don't feel obligated. If you really don't feel comfortable,
Artemis? No.
if you don't feel
My
comfortable answering, don't answer a question. Just let me know.
my first name is Lindsay.
With
Less exciting. With an A.
With an A, Lindsay,
Yes.
with an A, which
We
is
spell
very
it correctly.
which is very important because apparently there is a big debate between Lindsay with an E and Lindsay with an A, and this debate between Lindsay and an E and Lindsay and an A happened during my stream between Simply Lindsay and Artemis Holmes about the best way to spell the name. But on common ground, they agreed. What was the spelling?
Lynsie.
SIE is,
It's right
is
out.
just stupid. Like, if that's your name, I'm sorry. But both Lindsays are united in this. That's not the way you spell it. You can't spell it that way.
We don't even talk about the ones who spell it with a Z. That's not a thing.
Hey, Mikey Shoop showed up. Look at that. Hey, there was supposed to be someone on this show named Mikey Shoop, and he's in our chat right now.
He failed the mic check, so
Yes. If you don't show up on time and you can't commit, you don't.
Oh, I
get
just
your
meant
slot.
that, you said mic 1 2 3 or mic check 1 2 3 and he
Oh.
wasn't there. So you
Yeah.
had to find a replacement because the mic wasn't there.
It's Artie's turn because you failed to do your turn. That's why. And don't worry, Mikey, we'll get you on eventually now. Because apparently now that he's not on the show today, he can't do the show for like 3 more weeks. Yeah. How about that? I mean, where's the commitment? This guy.
Tim, I will always be here for you. And even if I'm not, my cat over here can do the show for you.
Thank you. I will have your
Oh, yes.
cat on the show. DC. There's the cat right there. Hi, kitty, 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 kitty. She can't hear me.
Can't hear you.
I know she
She
can't
doesn't
hear
have-
me, but I still, every
I-
time I see a cat, I gotta say, hey, kitty, 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 kitty.
I need to get her own mic set.
Yes.
So she needs a headset.
Get her earbuds and let her be on the show too.
Okay.
So real quick before we start getting in the show, Shameless, are you here? Because I deactivated all my events during the stream so that way they won't automatically trigger. But I do want to reveal Shameless's new soundbite if he's here. And I saw him say something earlier.
He was here.
And I'm stalling. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh,
All right, here.
cat is on
Here you
there.
go, Shameless. As promised, I told you we'd get this remade, and here it is for the first time live on the show.
I'm shameless. I'll keep on supporting you. I'll even give to servitude the bits you can have them all. 'Cause I'm shameless.
Yes, Shameless. There it is. Another Mikey Shoot production. Shameless with the gifted subs and the bits all around. Thank you very much for being supportive of my stream. And that was another Mikey Shoot. He agreed to do the country music, which I think he agreed to do it after I did it. And then he realized how horrible it turned out. I have a guest.
I think he didn't do it because secretly he knows that he's a country musician, and he just didn't want to let us into that side.
I have a secret guest on
We have
the
another
show.
guest.
Hi. Can I help you?
Aren't you gonna wear your pirate hat?
No, not on this stream. That's on the other stream. Okay. She's used to my streams already. How great is that?
That's wonderful.
All right, so let's get back to it. So Artemis is called Lindsay with an A. And let's get into like the background. So what do you do? Well, I know this stuff because we talked quite a bit already. But what is it that you do for fun?
For fun?
For fun. For funsies.
Oh gosh.
Like, I don't know. Do you do any kind of
what I do for work was hard.
Do you do any kind of, I don't know, a random thing like stage performances?
Stage is lame. Yeah. I got into theater like my junior year of high school and kind of never stopped. So I do a lot of community theater stuff. I'm also in a murder mystery company thing that actually pays me to go to places and act out murder mystery performances. So if you want to get technical, that means I'm a professional actor. Really, it just means that I travel a lot and get paid to dress up.
So wait, where do you do this at then? Is it like at you go to people's houses during their dinner or something, or?
For the community theater stuff, it's out big stages. It can be outside. I think when I was in Mary Poppins, we had like 5,000 people a performance. But murder mystery stuff is specifically, it can be either like at a house or it can be at a big convention center. It can be, I think lately some people did something for a family reunion. I've done them at silent auctions before. So yeah, it's just a wide variety, any kind of function, or even if you just want to have a dinner party and have a murder mystery performance. They're nationwide. I'm just part of like the Kansas City troupe.
So this reminds me of a movie. Did you ever see the movie Game Night?
No. But
oh my gosh, you haven't seen that? You got to see it. Because that's what it's pretty much about. I'm not going to give spoilers away, but it's about like a murder mystery type thing. And then that's all I'm going to tell you. But you need to go watch that movie because it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
I
actually
fail at
fun.
going to movie theaters. I will tell you that much when it comes to fun. I fail at paying money to go sit somewhere.
Yes.
I generally like to try to hike, go outside, set things on fire, but only in designated fire areas.
Well, she's a
Specifying for
pyromaniac,
the-
and now we have evidence on the stream, so...
Well, my camp nickname one summer was Fire Warrior Princess Goddess, or Pyro Princess, one or the other. So
the short version.
the short version, yeah. Whenever the campers got tired of saying the whole title, official title.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of the other things that you've told me you do for fun. Like, I don't know.
I like to read. I like logic puzzles. Is this like a lead up to Elder Scrolls? Or am I
No.
supposed to say other?
No, because that gets into later in the show. We're fine with that.
Oh, okay.
But it is in the intro of what I said about Artie and what she does for the Lore Seeker Guild, and there's
Wait.
this thing
Oh.
called
Okay. I'm not as
DM
into Dungeons
something.
and Dragons as it seems.
It seems like you are.
Even though I play 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know how to tell you that, but yeah, that's a lot.
I'm in a friend group that a lot of D&D does go on, and it's fun. It's fun to make the different characters. I'm friends with a lot of storytellers. So even though I don't DM, there's so many great storylines that people kind of homebrew up. I think I started about 2 years ago, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a good thing to get together and hang out with your friends and do.
It is a lot of fun.
Or
It is.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Lindsay helped start up the Lore Seekers D&D program with the Red Bookworm, and we have now 3 groups going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
There's Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
yeah,
I mean, by Saturday I mean Sunday.
Saturday. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we have like 3 groups going already. Uh, each group has a nice mixture of people in there trying it out. There's people that hey, what? You turned off my screen, buddy. Technical difficulties. My monitor just went dead. I'm like, what the crud?
My whole entire computer just turned off.
Oh no. All right, well. Oh my gosh, turn it back on.
Your life is so much more
Okay,
exciting than
like-
me. My technical difficulties were a cattail swishing up here.
We had, yeah, I saw that. So we had everything worked out before the show, and now something's got to happen because this show would not be my show unless something was going wrong. All right. So, getting back to Dungeons and Dragons, we are having a lot of fun. We have a lot of different groups going, a lot of new players starting out, like myself, for the first time ever playing D&D. And it's really fun because they're helping us, learn how to set up characters, what you're supposed to be doing during the campaign, teaching, some of the actions that we can do. Boy! Not only is he turning off my monitor, he's turning off my other fan that keeps me nice and cool.
You don't need to stay cool. It's not like you live in Arizona. or
I know.
anything.
It's not like
That
it's
way.
108 degrees outside and yeah, we have air conditioning, but it's still not enough sometimes, especially when I'm surrounded by electronics all the time. Anyways, getting back to it. So the D&D groups are awesome. It's very fun. Anyone that's interested in checking out either the Lore Seekers for Elder Scrolls Online or the Lore Seekers for our Dungeons and Dragons groups, check out the link down below for the Lore Seekers podcast and join the guild. So moving right along, I think you answered this already. What area are you from? Not to get too specific.
Kansas.
I was gonna say, I'm guessing the United States of America.
No, I like Kansas, so I'll claim it.
Yeah, Kansas is a great place. I've not been there, but I've heard good things. All good things.
Yes, yeah. Good history, nice landscape.
So what's your favorite thing about Kansas? I know you're an outdoorsy place, so is there a lot of places to go hiking and camping and stuff?
There actually are. I'd like to find more of them, just because my family, my family that I grew up with, just never did anything outside. So then, as a camp counselor, I kind of went crazy and started spending almost all of my time outside. So I try to get outside a lot, do hiking, whatnot. Probably not as much as I like, but there are a lot of places for that. But in general, I just like the Midwest feel. I like that I don't know, I probably just get this from my dad, but I like going to a random fishing license counter in the middle of nowhere and talking to the guy for an hour about pocket knives.
Yes, and the best fishing spots. That's what you get.
Yes, I am just very deeply kind of Midwest. That kind of people can terrify me, but when I'm out here, I can make friends in the butter aisle because I'm like that.
It's funny you mentioned that specific thing because growing up, I used to go camping with my family quite a bit, and it wasn't just me and my parents and my sister. It was like aunts and uncles and cousins that used to go out camping. And that was one of my favorite things my dad used to do, was stop at whatever the forest ranger station is out there and talk to the rangers and get an idea of like what's the best areas to camp in, the best fishing spots, all that stuff. Because I mean, they're out there all the time. They have all the best information. And so do the store clerks that work out there, because they know the secret spots nobody else can find. So
exactly,
my dad used to do the same thing. Yeah, he'd go find them, and I've done that once or twice. We've gone to the ranger station now that we take our family camping and try to find those hidden spots. And it actually worked out one time we went camping up on Mogollon Rim, and it was during a like a forest fire protection time. So they were like really cautious about where
Oh,
people could camp. Well, we stopped.
no fire.
Yeah, you couldn't have any fires unless it was propane based. So you could only use a propane stove or a propane campfire. Um, but I stopped one of the rangers while we were up there, and I was like, we've been driving around for like an hour already, and we can't find a nice spot to camp at. So she's like, okay, follow me in my truck. So we follow her for like, I don't know, 15 minutes more going down this other road that I didn't go down yet. And then it's taped off because it's one of those protected areas. And she gets out, she rips off the tape, and she's like, you can camp up in this area. It's okay now. So I was like, all right, sweet. We were the only ones in the area, but unfortunately that was the time that it was really, really windy. And we essentially, like, we had to take a tarp and wrap it around the back of my wife's car and cook our food in the back of our car just to be able to eat dinner that night. Because all we brought was hamburgers and hot dogs. So I was like,
Oh
"Ah."
gosh.
Yeah, that was an
I think
interesting
that
night.
I think it's another thing I appreciate about Kansas. Like having that kind of fire or burn bans and such is really rare. Although I do know that the times that we did have burn bans, I would kind of get back in the environment and just buy a bunch of candles and light them in the main camp lodge. So that was my tame fire.
Oh man, that's awesome. All right, so let's see what else is there we can talk about. Um, this is I like this question because this makes people think, and it's hard to answer. I know because it's not one of those things that you're just gonna have off the top of your head. But what's the most interesting thing that probably has ever happened in your life?
Oh, have I had an interesting life?
There's got to be something. Everybody
You
has
know,
one
I
thing.
think just maybe not interesting, but just one of the many great. I probably mentioned that I worked at a camp for 6 summers, way more than I should. But
That sounds like fun.
I it was, and as an only child, I loved being out there, and I'm a little bit of her perpetual big sister. So even though I'm an only child, and I'm really good at being in there and being their friend, but also an authority figure that they kind of wanted to look up to, which is probably why I have at my church back home, I have these half brothers I used to be, or they're not, okay, they're called my minions. They're not related to me, but they call me chieftain. But one summer at camp, I don't remember if it was like my fourth or fifth summer, but one of the parents just stopped me and he's like, you probably don't get this very much, but I just want to make sure you know how much of a positive impact you make on these kids, and that even if they don't remember specifically you, they're going to remember the lessons that you taught them, and they're going to remember the fun that they've had here and that positive environment where they can learn to be themselves. And even if they don't remember specifically you, that's going to impact them for the rest of their lives. So I just want to make sure you know what an impact that you're making here. And
That's awesome.
that's just one of the cool, fun. I mean, I don't know how interesting it is, but just kind of something that sticks out to me
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
when
'cause,
people ask to grab moments. So
yeah, everyone needs good influences around them. So that's awesome that you were there for those kids and
yeah,
helping them out.
I think even more though, wasn't about me being a positive influence on them. Like I came from a home where I couldn't be myself. So just letting kids be themselves and say, hey, you can figure out things about yourself because no one's expecting you to, or your parents aren't expecting you to be this way. Your siblings aren't expecting you to be this way. And your churches and schoolmates aren't expecting you to be this way. You can, dance like crazy because they're not here to point it out when you do it.
Yeah. So is it one of those like legit summer camps where it's like small bunk cabins in the woods, and the kids get dropped off for the summer, and then the parents come pick them up later on?
It's just a week. It's just a week.
Oh, okay.
Though that didn't stop some kids from coming every week.
Oh,
But-
is that an option? I got some kids that need some dropping off during the summer.
Hey, it's in Kansas. It's nice. I won't be there, but
Aw.
yeah. But anyhow, I could talk about camp for ages.
Oh yeah. No, so an interesting tidbit about myself. I used to work at a summer camp. Was it 2 or 3 years? I was
I always knew you were an awesome person.
a junior counselor for 2 years, and then a full counselor 1 year. And it wasn't any kind of legit summer camp. It was so I worked at a Tri-City Jewish Community Center, and it was like basically a big building with like different classrooms almost looking rooms, and then they had like a big open area for like the stage and the performing and stuff like that. So like
cool.
the 2 years junior mint why I oughta the 2 years I was a junior counselor, there's like no expectations. They're like the kids that are supposed to be helping the younger kids, and we ourselves were actually going to camp at the time, so we would learn like different activities to do with the kids, different things that can help other kids in the camp, stuff like that. And we did our own activities, like we got to go to Sunsplash and all this other stuff, so it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun, yeah. And then when I was a full-on counselor, then I was like, oh, this is different. You have to actually take care and watch over these kids now, and these people trust you with these kids. So I'm like, I did it for 1 year, and I was like, I don't know that I'm ready for that responsibility. And I was only like, I think 16 or... Yeah, it was when I was 16.
I have a fun junior counselor story along that line then.
Go for it.
When, like, my first 2 years, I was a junior volunteer counselor, but in a year where they're a little hard up on staff, so I was just a full-fledged counselor that didn't have to stay to clean the camp, really, or get paid. But one night, the one core counselor that they had accidentally, in trying to fix the toilet, broken the porcelain and hurt his thumb to where he had to go to the ER. So here I am, I think I was 17, first night alone with my own camp as a junior counselor. And the lifeguard is going to help me out. And we decide, let's take these 3rd and 4th graders snipe hunting. This will be great.
Gosh.
This will be a great idea. I'd take another camp snipe hunting, and we decided to not do the full. We didn't take them out in the woods and leave them. But what we did do was take them on a wild goose chase along the grass. We have camp has 622 acres, so not just inside buildings. And big hay fields going down the middle. It's actually an emergency airstrip. It's so big if people need it. And we just took them on a wild goose chase and had them doing their snipe calls and had their pillowcases, and they were trying to catch them, and we were saying, look over there, get on. And we ended up like catching a rock in one of their pillowcases and told them that it was this bag. And the kids were having so much fun. This was a really great camp. They really loved the counselors. They really loved me. And when we got back that night after snipe hunting, and we let them in on the secret that snipe aren't real, and what we just caught was a rock, they all started bawling.
Oh God.
There were tears everywhere.
What did you do
Everyone
to
went
them?
to bed crying, and I was just, this is my first night alone with the camp, and everyone is going to bed in tears. And the lifeguard who helped me out and was having so much fun was just like, I'm never doing this again. And however, the very next morning, they woke up happy, ecstatic, loved that they had gone snipe hunting, and immediately wanted to take the rest of the camp snipe hunting. So a bit of a happy ending, but at the same time, That was my first night alone with a group of like what I think it might have been only 12 kids, but made them all cry. They still loved me, but made them all cry.
That's funny. Yeah, Mikey asked the same question I had. The first time I heard of someone mention a snipe, I was like, what the crap is a snipe? Because I thought it was like, you know, another thing from another state. It was someone from North Dakota saying snipe hunting. And I'm like, what's a snipe? And so then he explained the version of snipe for that state. And I was like, oh, it sounds almost like a, what do they call them here? A prairie dog, which is like a small gopher almost. Like a very
Oh, I'm in
small
Kansas.
version.
I know what prairie dogs
Okay.
are.
So, so that's what he was describing, and I'm like, oh, they're called snipes there? That's weird. And he's like, no, actually, snipes aren't real. They're just made up things that you tell kids to go hunt, and they never come back with them. So, I was like, oh, all right, whatever. I didn't understand it at the time, but okay.
Well,
yes.
I can. I've taken many kids snipe hunting, so I can give you tips if you need help.
See, Mikey asked what's a snipe, and then Iwi said a bird. Jeff said it's a rodent. So it's different wherever you go. You give your own version of what a snipe is.
I
guess.
really shouldn't have told this story because we could have had a giant lore seekers snipe hunt.
Yeah, in game
I
we could have been hunting snipe all game. 6-hour event. First one to find a snipe gets 1 million gold.
I think a snipe is an actual real bird. I've looked it up, but I don't remember now.
Oh really?
Right.
I've never looked it up. So
We would make it up and teach them how to do a snipe call. We told them it looked like a kiwi bird, but with a short beak.
The kiwi.
Yeah, that's why they can't fly. They're just like tiny little fuzzy ground birds.
Yes, nice. All right, let's get to the next part of the show here, Artie. You
I
ready?
told you I'd talk about camp forever, which is a little sad.
That's fine. We can take that conversation offline and talk camp stories all night long. So the next part of the segment here, starting up for those of you that don't know, is what got Artemis into gaming. So what's probably the first game you ever played there, Artie?
I don't know what the first game was, but I did grow up with I think a 92 Macintosh computer. And, but I think really my first game that I played, I don't know how true this is, but the family legend goes that my mom, who's a school psych, brought home a laptop from work to start working through kids' IEPs and stuff at home. And she couldn't figure it out. She was frustrated by it. She didn't know what was happening. And so she goes in the kitchen to do something. She comes back, and there I am at age 2 playing computer games.
Really?
That's how the story goes. And I'm sitting here thinking, 2?
Yeah, that's a
Really?
little young. I mean, I tried to get my kids
But-
into gaming that early, and it didn't work out at all. So,
But yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm like, that's the story. But is that really? But yeah, really started playing computer games on that 92 Mac, which is still at my grandparents' house that I like to occasionally play on. It had things like Monopoly or like a lemonade stand type game,
nice.
Midnight Rescue, various games like that. And that was mainly what I had until I think when I was in 2nd grade.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
But-
I remember in junior high, they forced me to use a Mac. And there was a game that we used to play on there. Was Myst on the Mac? Because I remember playing Myst, but I don't think it was on the Mac. So I think it was on the
I don't
PCs.
think this computer could have taken that.
No.
I don't think this. I
Yeah,
tried to look the last time I was back home, and I don't even know. I mean, it didn't even have like half a gigabyte of memory for the whole computer. So I don't even know if it had a. No, okay, I'm gonna make a fool of myself if I try and guess. It just was so obscenely small that I can't believe it thinking back to it, which is why I can't remember it. But
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember what it was now, but I remember
Yeah.
like in junior high when you're in typing class, they had those Macs that were like the purple or the green color or blue color thing. And it was just basically a big monitor with a big thing. You don't remember those? Oh, I'm way
I
older
think
than
I had
you, so.
I had green screens in kindergarten, but
Oh.
that's just because I had a really small school. You're not that much older than me.
Yeah, I am, but okay. My wife is just staring at me. That was weird.
What have you done, Tim?
I know.
What have you done?
Crap, what did I forget? Nothing. I guess she's just enjoying the show. It's weird.
I mean, one-sided.
One-sided. You could go get on the stream and watch. Now that you have a Twitch log on. She's on Twitch now. All of one time she's been on so far. Anyways.
I think I mainly started gaming once I got a PS1 to kind of further answer the question.
Yeah, that's really when you get your first console. That's when you consider yourself a real gamer. But
yeah, and that's when you don't have to kick your parents off a computer to play it.
Yeah, but then you got the old folks like me and Cash and Jeff that, you know, we gamed before gaming was cool on the old Atari system, which was it was a console, so that was that. But then you have like the Commodore 64 was an actual computer that you hooked up to your TV. So
yeah.
Oh, Atrocity! Thanks for the follow and thanks for the sub, buddy. I appreciate that. That was awesome. Oh, Shameless! Thanks for gifting the sub. Hey, man, real quick, I'm gonna play
Shameless gifted me my sub.
Did he? He gives a lot of subs in my channel. He's an awesome guy. I'm gonna play the Shameless song real quick.
I'm shameless. I'll keep on supporting you. I'll even give a sub or two. The bits you can have them all. 'Cause I'm shameless.
I think I'm gonna do that every single time that song plays.
Good performance.
Yes,
Good
I'm gonna do that.
I will.
You know-
I will opera clap that.
I lost track of what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about you were playing on a PS1,
First
and I was talking.
consoles.
Yeah, there's a squirrel.
And,
there's a squirrel thing when I lose focus that moderators can do for me when I.
Oh, it's okay. I lose
get off
focus
track.
too.
Oh yeah, all the time. That's not the command, Mikey. Come on, you're a moderator. You should know the command.
Squirrel.
There we go. Squirrel. All right, so let's get back to it. And what kind of games do you like to play besides like the Elder Scroll-ish game? Like, did you play any other types of games, like racing games or shooter games or anything like that?
Is it like now or in the past?
No, just like over time. Like, what was your favorite types of games to play? Over time?
I think growing up, just kind of anything I could get. I mean,
Mortal
I
Kombat?
feel
Yeah.
no, because I didn't have access to that. I don't think that was on PlayStation, was it?
No, that was
think
Nintendo or
so.
Super Nintendo, I think. Super Nintendo.
Yeah, like my Nintendo Sega access was extremely limited. Like I had some friends that had them, but they weren't friends that knew how to share. So it'd just be like I'd go over to their place and it'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm watching you play this game.
Yeah.
This is fun." But I played a lot. Well, I could name drop some, but they're really embarrassing. Now I'll do it anyway. For one of my second grade spelling tests, I got 100%, and my mom bought me Barbie Race and Ride. I told you it was
Sorry,
embarrassing.
I couldn't.
It was a horse game. Thank you.
Oh, Artemis, you're the most girly girl gamer I know.
But I'm
pretty
not.
sure.
I'm not. Look, my fingernails aren't painted.
My daughter sitting in the background like, excuse me. Oh, man. Anyways.
I'm really not a girly girl. But you know, when I was 5, or no, I think I stopped being a girly girl when I was 5, actually. But yeah, I have had pretty much every horse game I could get my hands on all the way through college. But I
Have
think
you
towards high school, yeah.
have you ridden a horse in real life?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was just making sure.
I used to do that a lot. I depressingly haven't been on a horse in 5 years,
Yeah.
but it happens. But
I think it's been 3 years for me since I've been on a horse.
any span of time is too long.
Yeah, basically. No, it was fun.
Yeah.
My kids went through horse riding lessons, and that was fun because
Oh,
they were learning,
nice.
yeah, they were learning how to steer the horse, back it up, and all this stuff. And then, like towards the end of their lessons, when they were finishing up, the instructor was like, "If you guys want to hop on and ride the horse," I'm like, "Yes, yes, I do." Like watching my kids every time, I'm
Yes.
like, "I want to ride a horse." Like me and my wife, back when I think when we were dating or engaged or maybe first married, we went out to a place and we went horseback riding. But it was one of those follow the leader horse trail
Yeah.
things.
What the?
Not
That's
quite as
what
fun.
the camp that I worked at, we had, I think, 32 head when I was out there. I think 28 at any given time were rideable, but I don't remember 100%. But that's kind of what they did. I would lead some of the trail rides, but then also on the weekends, we'd kind of sometimes just go off, do whatever.
Get
But
out. Get out.
yeah, after so much riding, and like I did a lot of reining on show horses when I was in junior high and such, which reining is just basically like really fancy Western dressage. If that makes sense to anyone.
So reining to dressage, yes, I know all of those terms that you just said.
Good. I was afraid I might lose you there. But yeah, the horse like single follow line. That's about all you can find when you don't own a horse or have friends that have horses.
Two kills.
And growing up, I had friends that had horses, but they were the kind of friends that they didn't like their horses. So I would be like, "Can we go ride today?" And they're like, "No, I don't really like horses." And I was
Yeah,
like,
when
"Oh,
you have
okay."
a horse, you don't ride your horse. But when you don't have a horse, you want to ride a horse every day. That's kind of how it
Yeah.
goes. But
Yeah, I think
me and my wife actually were talking about getting a what do they call them? A horse ranch
a
lot.
pony.
No, a horse ranch lot. So like they have certain in Arizona, they have these certain houses. Like it's mostly community housing out here. So they have these specialized lots though that where like the front of the house is towards the front of the lot, and then it gives a bigger backspace so you can have horses and stuff. And so we wanted one of the horse lots until I started asking the trainer back in the day, like, how much is it to upkeep a horse, and how much is it to actually maintain it, and how much is a horse to buy it? And I was like, I don't think we need a horse. So
Growing up, we've like I grew up like a stone's throw from the country. It was in a town of 1,200 people, and you can literally be like step outside my parents' front porch and go, "Oh, there's corn. Oh, they're doing soybeans this year." But didn't really live where we could have a horse.
Yeah.
The several times that we almost moved to the country, I literally had a horse lined up, but then it would fall through.
if you move to the country, you'd have to eat a lot of peaches, though. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Had to do it. Sorry.
A friend of mine ruined that song for me forever, so I can't.
Oh man.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
basically, I'm personally holding out for marrying rich, at what point I can get horses.
Yes.
I'm waiting
And-
for that to happen.
And this is the entire show is
Horses, camping. We can talk about country fishing Fridays.
get out of what, Iwi? The horse lot? The horse lot? Iwi knows all about it. He lives here in Arizona with me.
I
so-
haven't been reading chat because I cannot read and listen to things at the time.
Because you own a Mac.
No, because I have I can't pay attention to things.
So yes, we are talking about your gaming influences of horses and Barbie horse racing game. We totally got sidetracked, but that's okay.
It was a gift.
This show just goes anywhere. It doesn't matter. We're not here
Before
for
we
you.
got-
We're just talking to each other. You guys are just kind of watching us talk to each other. So
Hey, it's true. I mean, I don't have an ale, but I guess talking. So
yeah.
I was going to migrate on to one of my main video game influences was probably the complete Lord of the Rings nerd that I am / was. I mean, there was chainmail purchased when I was 12 at the Renaissance Fair. That's how nerdy I was.
Yes.
But I played pretty much every Lord of the Rings game I could get my hands on. And I still kind of do, but not as much because I'd rather play them on a console and I don't have an updated console. But I think that's part of why Skyrim and Elder Scrolls kind of felt like home. It's kind of in the similar fantasy world.
It's probably good that you're not watching chat because these guys are
Why?
throwing out like random things.
I
Like,
don't play Final Fantasy, Mikey, but I do like the. They're hilarious.
and do you play fantasy football?
I know nothing about football.
All right,
I
there we
want
go.
it.
We're done with those 2 questions. Goodbye. We move on. There's my wife.
What?
There you go. Orc wife is my wife, so you can ask her random questions. And my
Yay,
daughter
orc
says hi.
wife.
All right, so moving on to the next part. So if you had to pick one game besides Elder Scrolls Online to play on a deserted island with no internet access,
Dad,
I have to be specific because people always find a way around this. What game would you play? Hey, my wife just
Is it-
subscribed. Oh, Shameless again with another gifted sub. Thank you so much, Shameless.
Also, orc wife, incredibly clever name.
Yes,
That is fun.
I made that for her.
Is it lame to say Skyrim?
Sky, that God dang.
Is
it,
that a
man.
cop out?
You know what? Yeah, I think it is because that's exactly. Everyone has to do something Elder Scrolls. I'm trying to.
Can it be a
We'll
game
get to the Elder
series?
Scrolls stuff, people.
Can
but
it be a series
Sure.
of games?
Yeah.
Okay. The other, pretty much I play Elder Scrolls Online, play a few other small games, but I like playing Nancy Drew mystery games.
The what?
They're
Nancy Drew?
They're Nancy Drew video games.
Hey,
They have...
Orc Wife. That may be something that Maddie would be interested in. So, oh, I'm sorry, Moomers. I'm not supposed to say my. I don't care if you know my kids' names. It's just me and you talking. There's nobody else here. Don't worry.
No. There's no one here asking if I still have chainmail or play fantasy football.
Oh, you know what? Mikey just. Did you ever play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Daddy.
I did, but there was I have a very overactive imagination, and one day in second grade there was some scene that freaked me out, so I never played it again.
Sorry, my daughter had a very important question or issue to bring up to me. So anyways, Where in the World
Was
is
it
Carmen...
why have you not gotten me Nancy Street games yet?
No.
Because they're pretty amazing.
They're apparently having some issues watching the stream in the other room, so I don't know what to tell them. So, all right, so let's move on. Let's get to the next part. We're about 10 minutes. Are you good to go over 6 o'clock, or do you need to wrap it up right at 6?
Considering 6 o'clock was 2 hours ago, I'm okay.
We're talking my time zone, not yours.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You silly goose. All right,
As long
so
as is my lighting still okay? Sun's going
yeah.
down.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
Is mine? Do I need a touch up anywhere? My beard's still straight.
One side looks a little shady. That green screen looks a little green, but
Yeah. Well, I didn't really take into account I might become a streamer when I installed the light above here, because it shines
you have to take
from
everything in a
back.
possibility there, Timmy.
I didn't even. I mean, streaming wasn't even a thing when I installed that light. So, God
It's okay. When I put that lamp over there, I didn't even consider the possibility that I would be on a stream. So
See, I mean, we can't plan for everything in life, right?
we can try.
All these curveballs we have to deal with in life. All right, so let's get. Oh, you know what? My microphone. I'm gonna adjust it real quick because it's like oddly in the wrong spot.
Okay, I'm gonna adjust mine too. Is this better?
So much better.
Okay.
All right. No, it was like it was way too low, and I kept hitting my arm on it, and I hate that because does it make a sound when I do that?
Yes.
Oh, see, that's
It's
what
not much of one.
Well, and they have these specialized things that I want to buy. One of the shock absorb. Oh, sorry. See, that thing it gets me back on track. All right, so we're gonna go into the next segment, but first thing I want to do is say hello to Teen Crumpet. Thank you very much for stopping in the stream, and I need to play the Teen Crumpet soundbite.
The man. The myth.
Go away.
The legend. Tea and crumpet.
Oh man, I
want
can't tell you.
Scones now.
I can't tell you how much fun these things are to make. Like me and Mikey, we get in these phone calls or these chats every once in a while, and we're just sitting there going back and forth and like trying to figure it
That's
out.
awesome.
Mikey's always gonna win the music genre editing, but I think I found my niche, which is the movie announcer genre. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm gonna try and make more of those. So I'm actually featured in my own sound bites more often.
Well, the entire stream features you, so
Yes, it is. I guess it's good to have variety in my stream. So I'm sure people don't want to just hear me all the time in my own stream because that gets boring. So that's why I do this. That's why I do this thing, because I mean, I can only be so interesting and so entertaining, and my beard can only have so much power to retain people's attention. So that's why I host other people on my stream, so that way, variety, entertainment,
yeah. And then I only have to be interesting for an hour. You have to do it like all the time. I don't know how you do it.
I really don't. I honestly can't tell you why these people keep coming back. I mean,
It's like they're your friends or something.
I know. It's like these people, enjoy hanging
I
out
mean,
with me or
you're
something.
married to some of the viewers.
To exactly one of the viewers I am married to, yes. All right. I'm losing focus. I'll do it myself. There we go. So getting back...
Where was it?
It was over there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there it is.
Now
Okay.
I can't see it. Okay.
Like, you got to look further that way. There you go.
No, but the window's over there, though.
Bug me.
So.
Oh, my window's over there.
They're
So.
going up the stairs.
But it's
well,
like somewhere
well-
on the ceiling, I think. All right.
We'll
Anyway.
coordinate next time. Can you tell that I like to take things literally as my sense of humor?
I know, this is so much fun because I know, like, when we talk and we hang out on Discord, like, we can have so much fun, like, playing off of each other, and like and I swear, like, most people probably think that we have like either some kind of grudge against each other or something because we're always picking on each other, but I swear, like, me and Artie just I think it's kind of the, like, I'm not going to claim myself as a thespian because I only took 2 years of drama and I played in exactly one play where...
It's relevant, okay?
Fine, Mikey,
Baby.
fine. I'll move on.
But no, now I want to hear what you were going to
No,
say.
I'm sorry, we can't do that. We'll have to talk about that some other time. Sidetrack conversation, let's get back on track. So let's talk about the Elder Scrolls part of this stream, which is being hosted on the Elder Scrolls tag. So I'm sure there's people probably looking at this stream right now and being like, what the crap is this guy doing? Why is he on an Elder Scrolls stream?
Okay,
And he's
okay.
talking
There
to someone.
are horses in Elder Scrolls
There
Online.
are. We can
There
talk about the
are-
horses in
There
Elder
are
Scrolls.
hay fields in Elder Scrolls Online. There
So-
are lodges.
So let me ask this: how many of the horses do you have in Elder Scrolls? Because Ooh, well, there's quite a bit because there's variations of the horses now.
He's in
I
this.
think I have Sweet Roll, of course, naturally.
Everyone has to have sweet roll.
Yes. I have the buckskin horse because it is like the reigning show horse that I rode years ago.
That's the black one?
Buckskin, it's the yellow. I was going to say Palomino,
okay.
but that doesn't help you either.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah, it's just from the stable.
Oh.
I have the Appaloosa horse. I have the Blood Wraith Steed horse. I have the Dwarven horse that came with Morrowind. And I have the Sijic horse mount now.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, I saved up enough crowns, and people who are watching the stream helped donate to crown crates, so I would save up enough gems. And it made me so happy.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I like how it matches my tank's armor. And it's just, I grew up collecting model horses, so I have to have all of the horses.
So there's a real struggle in Elder Scrolls Online, and I don't know how other people deal with this struggle, but I have more mounts than I have characters. So how do I pick the right mount for the characters? So my main Orc Guide, I pick whatever the latest mount is, and that's the mount that he uses. But with all my other ones, I try to match the mount to the character. And the hard part of this as well is you have, like, I'm going to go into the Flame Actronaut ones that just came out. Different variations of that style mount. So you have the bear, the camel, the wolf, the horse, all that stuff. So how do you choose which one of which, and which characters that belong to? Because, I mean, like, I really wanted.
Are you asking me or yourself?
Oh, we're going to get into this discussion. This is going to be a lively discussion on mounts today.
I feel it.
Because, okay, so I really wanted the Camel Flame Actronaut, and I bought that with the gems.
Nice.
But I don't have a character that really fits that. Like, I need like maybe my Sork, but he's.
What about like a Dragon Knight Redguard?
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, it's got to be something that's flame based, because my Sork is whatchamacallit?
Lightning?
Lightning, yes. Words just escape
Comes
my
before
mind.
fire sometimes.
Yeah.
Not quite the same thing.
I have problems.
Will make
with
you dead
words.
faster.
Yeah. So the Lightning Sork, I have right now the blue Sench mount.
Oh yeah.
Because that one kind of looks like lightning on it, and it kind of reminds me of lightning. So that's his mount. So okay, let's let you talk here, because
My cat just got really scared of something, and it's hilarious.
If there's somebody in the house, let us know, and we'll call the police to Kansas and let them know.
Okay, well, I think Bookworm's back, so I might just yell.
Oh, okay.
But
sorry, Noble, that one's a moderator command. They have to help me focus.
I'm gonna go west with you.
So what do you pick? How do you pick your mount to your character?
as a horse person, or at the very least a former horse person, I have to just, I start out with horses straight across the board, though. Nothing else feels right to me, and if my character isn't riding a horse, I wish it was riding a horse. So that makes it a little bit easier, but other than that, I kind of go for aesthetics. Like I keep calling it a ranger. My warden is on an Appaloosa. That's that, I think they call it a snow blanket horse. It's an Appaloosa. That's the real name. Because their armor kind of matches and it looks a little more rugged. My Sork that I ran through Somerset with has that Blood Wraith steed because he's a black Khajiit. He's got all black armor. So he's on the black, my cat's going crazy. He's on the black accented horse with the red and such. Then my main has blue armor with kind of lighter silver and gold accents. So she's on the Sijic horse because it's got the blue and silver accents. It looks gorgeous.
Nice.
Other than that, I don't have ones that match it as well. Before I got the Sijic horse, I had my main on the Dwarven horse from Morrowind because it was white and it had the gold accents. It's really what you think looks best with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also a graphic designer, so
So you kind of go for that. Match the horse to the style of the character is your way of...
yeah, I
Okay.
mainly match it to how it looks. Maybe not necessarily.
So you have to match the shoes to the dress, basically. So
Yes.
you're
as
kind of a girly
the
girl
pose
gamer.
No, I'm not. I really feel it being a girly girl. I feel it doing makeup. Every time I try to do hair theater, I like end up in rage tears because I can't do my hair either.
You got the naturally wavy hair, so you don't even really have to do anything, right?
It's true if it stays, but for theater you have to do all kinds of crazy stuff. I've had to do like 50 style victory rolls before, which is like having cinnamon rolls right here.
Dang, we
but-
should have had you dress up theater style for the stream. I didn't even think about that.
I think the only costume I have is some murder mystery costumes, but
Whatever. All right, next time. So what else is
next time I'll
there?
just do the entire thing in character.
So, yeah, that would be interesting. Maybe we could
Yeah,
both.
pick something.
Maybe we could both
You
dress
could
up in
like wear the
character.
pirate hat.
I could be a
I
pirate.
have an outfit for. I have a costume for a Laura Croft type outfit.
Ooh,
type
yeah, there we
person.
go.
Can do dungeons with
It could be-
pirate and.
We
not
could
pirate.
have a game-themed stream where we dress up like characters. So obviously, I'm a pirate from that pirate game.
And I will pretend like I know something about Tomb Raider.
Yeah, there you go. That's all we gotta do. Laura Croft and Pirate Man. Coming
I
to a
forgot what the
stream near
character's
you.
name was from that thing. I probably should remember that in case I have.
Oh, your mic just cut on us.
Did it?
Yeah. Is that the same thing that you use
How's
every
that?
time you're in Discord?
Whoa, no, I just turned on my Spotify.
Oh, no.
How did. No, I did. And now I turned on my iTunes. You're doing that on purpose.
Yep.
You are doing that on purpose. I know.
Okay, fine.
Wait, can you actually hear that?
No, I don't hear
No?
anything. Are you listening to music instead of doing
What about
this
now?
podcast? Is that how boring I got? Like now we're just
Can you hear me
listening-
now?
I can hear
Are you
you.
just telling me you can?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on then? What are we doing?
I don't know.
I was wondering why do you feel that you need to turn on Spotify while we're in a stream? I mean,
Well, you said that I cut out, and then I thought maybe I accidentally pressed this, which mutes or hangs up a call. So I pressed it.
so you're
and
trying
then
to
my
hang up with
Spotify
me is
started,
what you were doing. Is
and
you just had enough of me and you're like, forget this.
I mean, we hang out in games, so
Yeah, that's
I
true.
hate to tell you this, Tim, but
We do hang out too much, I think. We need to simmer down.
we don't though. Just on Country Music Fishing Fridays.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I have so much fun doing that in game. You know what? I did that just because when I was doing the Dark Brotherhood. I'm sorry. Hold on. There's something we need to listen to.
You stick your right blade in, you take your right blade out, you push your victim down, and you watch as they bleed out. You do the pokey pokey and you
guess I
stuff
don't
yourself
sound that
out.
horrible.
That's what it's all about.
Yes. That is our very own ArtimesHolmes singing the Dark Brotherhood Pokey Pokey. Thank you so much for that, Artie. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know that cat?
Coincidentally, I also think that the Dark Brother needs to have a selection of knock-knock jokes with which to arrive at the home of their victim.
We are going to do that. I really want to do that as a project, is come up with Dark Brotherhood knock-knock jokes. Knock
Yes.
knock.
And I think there's someone at the door. I think I might need to get that. Is that
What? What are we doing here?
I told you.
This isn't gonna work. This is gonna work. It's not gonna work. All right. Never mind. We're not doing that segment anymore. We're not gonna work on that anymore.
They knew what I was doing.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Artemis Holmes. Anyways, getting back on track, as Mikey Shoop has indicated.
I mean, between the two of us, they should have known how often they'd have the squirrel thing.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and good thing we didn't have this during Jeff's stream, because that would have been going off every 2 seconds. Because, yeah. I don't think me and...
That's true.
But anyways, I was going to ask you, and that's where this whole conversation got segued, is that the same thing you use when you're on Discord? The earbuds?
Yep.
Okay. So the earbuds suck because you always cut out in Discord, just so you know.
That's probably me failing at push to talk.
But you're not on push to talk right now.
I'm not right now.
Yeah, and it still cut
Wait,
out on
am
you.
I still cutting out?
It did a couple times. I didn't mention anything until this last time because I didn't hear what you said on the first part of whatever it was that you said before I said that.
I should probably fix that then, because I use this on conference calls too.
Ooh, that's not good. So anyways, maybe it's because you're on a Mac. That could be it too. So we'll worry about that later.
But I like my Mac.
I know
just
you do.
Can't afford to replace it.
You and all right, Squirrel, let's go. So
Where?
what's your favorite class to play in Elder Scrolls?
Get out of here. I'm all surrounded.
It could be a cop-out to say Dragon Knight, but that's the class I was drawn to from day one, just
That
because
is not
dragons.
anyone has ever claimed that. So you're the first one to claim that Dragonite is your favorite class.
It's the one that I enjoy. I sat and I thought about it, trying to make sure it is the one that I enjoy the most, and I'm not saying that just because it's the one I've played the most.
That's okay.
But I really enjoy it. I think I think I've played all the classes. I haven't played Templar very much. I might like that one
Yeah.
more, but I think out of my Sorks and Wardens, and it's been a bit since I've done Nightblade, but I like it. I like it best.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, like, I started on my Stamblade, and it's my favorite character still. And I actually have tried all the other classes, and I like a Mag Sork with lightning, but I still am drawn to my Stamblade. I actually made 2 Templars, and I just decided that earlier in the week I'm going to delete my second Templar because I don't even like my first Templar. And I actually respect my Templar to go healing now instead of DPS. So
Yeah.
it's trying to figure out what you like, and if tanking is what you like, you should try, like, is tanking what you like then? Is it that?
I think it is what I like best. My instinct is a little more just go straight in.
Yeah.
The
Mine
battle
too.
and whatnot.
Which annoys
But
a lot
I
of people.
also feel weird doing things ranged. And I can't tell if, I'm still kind of getting used to that. I have a level 42. What's that smell? What did I miss?
Oh, nothing.
I was like, what did I say? What did I do? Okay, I have a level 42 Warden, Stambo Warden that I like, but still just kind of getting used to arrows and doing ranged attacks and things.
Yeah,
and
I think that
I
was the
feel
hardest thing
tanking
for me too, was trying to adjust when I started playing my Warden and being that tank class. Like, I'm already used to running in, which annoys a lot of people as a DPS, but actually being the one to do it, then I was like, oh crap, now I gotta run in and I gotta start attacking people, and I gotta use this stupid shield to block
you
things.
cut out that time.
Hey.
There's a freaking squeaker right now.
Okay. I don't know what that
Oh,
would
maybe it was my internet though. I don't know if
maybe.
anyone else experienced it.
I could play it back in the recording and then find out if it was me or not.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, before the stream started, I mentioned that I could swipe from screen to screen,
Yes.
and Tim said, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh,
And he's
no,
like,
that's...
"Wait, you're on a Mac."
I never said
And
that.
he took back that it was cool.
I
So
never
just
said
so
that.
everyone knows, there is a thing that he said was cool
No.
that he's now refusing to say he said.
If it's not recorded on the stream, it never happened. It's kinda
Ever?
like, no, it never happened.
Okay.
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 All right.
I forgot what we were talking about. Oh yes.
What were we talking about now? No,
Drinking.
actually, I laughed.
Glasses.
I laughed before because Mikey said something.
Okay, I haven't looked at it.
Also, also tell us about your tune names, your character names. So how do you
My
come up with the
character
name?
names?
Yeah, your naming
Like
convention for
my
your...
gamer tag or my character names?
Yes, both.
Both?
Mhm.
What do you want first?
How did you come up with ArtimesHolmes?
One of my nicknames and I think the only nickname, we don't have many nicknames in my friend group, is Sherlock. Just because I don't know if you've caught this, but I overthink everything. But as a result of that, I kind of catch a lot of stuff or figure stuff out. So they just kind of call me Sherlock on occasion. And Artemis because she just sounded like a badass woman with a good name.
All right.
So put them together, and that's a name.
Okay.
Or
So, and I've heard the story before, but this is going to tie back to what we talked about earlier. How do you come up
DC,
with your
no.
No.
Hey.
Bat kitty.
no,
Bat. Kitty.
DC, no, I forgive you though. She, I have my weights in the living room, and my really lightweight weights, like my 5 and my 10 pounds, are rubberized, like have the rubber on the outside. She thinks that means they're scratching posts.
Oh, yes.
So.
You got to be careful with
Sorry
that
for a minute.
stuff.
What were we talking about? Character names.
Yes, character names. And
You see, I forgive you. Come back.
our 80-year-old viewer Cash has joined, and he said, "Artie, you're a doll."
I don't know who you're looking at.
Squirrel?
It's the squirrel.
It's the squirrel. Yep.
No.
Yes, we were talking about character names. So where do you
Character
get your
names.
character names from?
Character names are almost all names that I have used on. My cat is chasing a fly now, which is. I can't.
You're not going to say it, are you? You're not going to finish the sentence because I know.
I get
what
them
you're
from
gonna
Dungeons
say.
and Dragons. Okay?
All right, there we go. So earlier in the
They're my,
show, Artemis said, "Oh no, I'm not that big about Dungeons and Dragons," but she confessed to playing it
like
3 days a
it. Like it.
week, and now she uses all her characters in game as characters from D&D. So, I think you're a D&D nerd. I'm sorry, but
I don't know
I
that
think
I'm
someone-
a D&D nerd, but I'm
someone
a D&D
has to
player.
break it to you. Someone has to break it to you. And
Okay.
the red bookworm can't because she's probably a D&D nerd and doesn't realize it too. So
It's true. It's true. I don't even know if she's watching. I don't know.
yeah.
But I feel like you need to have a Jaws theme song for whenever your kids show up. Da-dun. Da-dun. Was that a squirrel? That
That's
might have been a squirrel.
a huge squirrel right there. That squirrel always squirreling me. All right, so let's get back to it. So we know Dragon Knight is your favorite class to play. What's probably your favorite race in the game? Not to be racist, but
I don't know 100% that I have favorite It's hard to tell because I definitely like, I have a Stam Sork also that's a werewolf that I'm really enjoying, and she's a red guard. My main is a red guard, but I I need to get a high elf character because that's my favorite race in Lord of the Rings. So it kind of resonates with me a lot. That's part of why I really love Somerset in the area is because I don't know, Gondolin and Rivendell are some of my favorite areas of Lord of the Rings to learn about.
What?
Um,
A drink. Soda, probably. I don't know. What's my favorite drink? Oh, there we go.
what's your favorite drink, Tim?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper.
Oh, mine's Diet Dr. Pepper.
Actually, since I'm on share your, grab your ale and share your tale, I'll take a ginger ale. I don't know if she
Ooh,
heard
ginger
me.
ale's good.
Did you hear that, little girl? Whatever.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So we were being racist. Wasn't that fun?
Yes, because I forgot what we were talking about. Then you say that. Oh yeah, that's right. We're being racist on this show. Jeez. All right, Artie. I'm glad there's no new people like, oh, what's up, new Alhudis? Yeah, we're talking about racism here. And what's with you kids? Why are you on my show? This isn't your
They
show.
like seeing themselves.
They can see themselves on this monitor over here, so that's why they're doing that. Oh my gosh. All right, go away. Let me finish. We're almost done. They're all making thank you for the follow, Al. What up, homie? I love when she does that. Anyways, so we're being racist. So what is your favorite race again? The high elf? The high elf is your favorite race.
Maybe Red Guard and High Elves. Red Guards are tough and badass, and High Elves are epic.
Okay.
That is my succinct, in-depth review.
Okay. No reasoning behind it. I just really think they're pretty. Right?
I
That's
had a
basically-
lot of reasoning, but I kids. Time.
All right, so let's reel it back in to more Elder Scrolls stuff. So
I thought we were doing a great job staying on track.
yeah, I know this stream is like an epic squirrel fest here. So many squirrels all over the place.
That's true.
So in Elder Scrolls Online, out of all the quests you have done, what's probably your favorite quest line that you've gone through?
It's hard for me to remember all of them or all of the little ones. But I did really enjoy Somerset. I really enjoyed Morrowind. But as far as little storylines that kind of stick out to me, I don't know if you've in Morrowind done the one with the I don't know if I keep talking or if you need to pay attention to your kid.
Sorry. No, I heard you.
That's okay. The one where you have, I don't remember, I think he might be a member of the House Redrun or something, but he's messing with this dwarven-like music machine deep in the earth, and it drives everyone in the Quama crazy.
Oh,
and
yes,
Queen
I
Quama
remember that.
dies.
And you hear the noise
he's-
as you're going through. The
Yeah.
most annoying quest line is your favorite quest line. Because
I thought it was
when I
fine.
keep hearing that noise, I'm like, oh my god, stop doing. Like they could do it once and have it for effect, and then like when you get to another area, you can hear it, and then that will be for effect. But no, it was like,
Well, I liked the characters in it. It played off well. There was a well-meaning person who accidentally messed stuff up, and they trusted him to eventually get it right. And through a ton of mishaps, it eventually went right. The people who wanted to prove him wrong or whatever were proved wrong.
Yeah.
The good guys won. then they were amusing while they were at it, and the bad guys lost.
The quest line was good, but the being in the cave and hearing the noise over and over was quite annoying. So I don't know. I don't know how to take that away where that was your favorite quest line.
It's one that I definitely remember the most. I really like it.
Yeah. Oh, the song. Oh my god. Mikey.
Hilarious, though.
I'm flashing rubber.
Anyways.
Such a terrible bard he was.
All right. I forgot to ask this before, but you said you played Skyrim before, right? Have you played any other Elder Scrolls games besides Skyrim and any
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I didn't really have the means to, because PlayStation was really the only thing I ever owned. I had a PS2 and or a PS1 and a PS2. My current roommate, has an Xbox 360, and she had Skyrim. So I had heard a lot about it and decided to start playing it because throughout college, I kind of gave up playing video games and reading. Reading, I would never get any sleep. Video games, I just didn't have time. So then after college, I was like, okay, I have time now. I don't know what life is. Maybe I should start like reading and doing video games again. And so she had Skyrim, and I tried it out, and it was magical.
Yeah. See, I think that's the weird thing is like I've only met one person so far on the stream that has only played Elder Scrolls Online, because most people at least have, you know, a background of playing Skyrim before, or even some that have like played the entire genre of Elder Scrolls. But it's interesting when you go from like the Skyrim game to Elder Scrolls Online and how different it really is, because I don't know, like number one, the obvious, it's single player versus multiplayer, but like I don't know, going through Skyrim, I felt like the abilities and the types of things that you could do for combat and stuff were a lot different than Elder Scrolls Online, which of course it's going to be, because you know they gotta try and make it fit with the MMO style genre. But anyways, yeah. So playing that and then going to this, it's totally different. So all right, so I have one more question for you. In Tamriel, what's probably your favorite location to go to?
Definitely Somerset.
Oh, yeah?
I like the gardens. I do gardening and things. So the gardens, the water, the architecture. If you let me loose with a camera in Somerset, I would never come back except for occasional food. It's gorgeous, and all the details are amazing.
Yes.
Just want to move and have a tent there.
Yes, Somerset for sure. The architecture is my favorite thing out of there. Like the gardens and the waterfalls and all that stuff. Yes, they're cool, but the architecture.
The gardens and waterfalls, Tim. Waterfalls. You've not seen them.
See, if I had okay, so if you base it off of certain things like architecture, Somerset's my favorite because I love the white and gold everywhere in Somerset because it's so cool looking, and the
details are amazing.
Yeah, it's
like
really nice.
If you look at the floor, some of the wall panels, even some of the ceiling panels, there's just like an ever so slight gold sheen to it, and just a tiny bit of a texture. Just the little things that make it complete, and you can tell that they're high elves that have been working on it for thousands of years.
Yeah, so when I bought different houses in Elder Scrolls, it was mostly for the space to be able to put like statues and stuff like that in. But when I got the Somerset house, I had bought it with the the already decorated version.
Yeah.
Because when I walked through that, I was looking at everything. I'm like, this is awesome. It has so much stuff in it. It looks really well laid out and everything. And I loved the architecture on the inside with all the different like archways and the
Oh, yeah.
banister stair that goes up. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. So yeah,
I
that
think I also I really love how if you look at any of the other architecture or even just going through different houses and housing systems, everything else just feels grungy after that.
yeah.
And I know it's because I was looking around at possible in-game houses to buy, and I mean, I kind of want to hold out for one that has a yard, like when you first get into it.
Yeah.
But the Eleanor townhome is just gorgeous. It feels clean. Even the ones in Aradon just look like you need to power wash the walls.
Yeah.
I understand that fits,
So-
but after seeing Eleanor, it's just
Did you look at the house in Vardenfell? I forget the name of it now. Pip, if you're in here, you know the name of it because we talked about this and we were going to go in on a house
might
together
have.
and live together in that house and decorate together where she was going to decorate for me and I was just going to live in it. But yes, Amia Lake Lodge. That is a very nice house. So that was one.
I should look at that.
Yeah, that was one that I really wanted to
I
get.
don't know that I like the Vardenfell architect
No,
landscape
no.
though.
It's well, I mean, it's nice because it has like a
It's like it all has a sepia lens on it.
I guess, yeah. No, but I like the way it looks because there's a courtyard in the front, and then
She says no. You threw a pillow at me.
and then there's like a river next to it, or even runs inside of it. I can't remember now, but that's still one I'm gonna buy one day. But when I
Yeah.
saw Somerset, I had to buy that one because not only was it like a nice 2-story house, but then also had the courtyard outside. So
Yeah, that courtyard is gorgeous. I love the trellises on it.
oh my gosh, they've never.
Yes, I said trellises.
Yeah, they have a nice. Oh, what is the other thing called?
They're having so much
pergola?
fun.
There's a nice pergola
Yes.
outside. Yes, I like it.
Whatever really qualifies as a pergola. What makes a pergola a pergola? Squirrel.
Because of the wood with not using actual like shade of it. Like they use the wood slats to provide some
Yeah,
shade.
and a pergola has slats,
Yeah.
but these are more like it's like a. I mean, I'm going to say laser cut, but it's obviously not laser cut. But it's like a wood laser cut screen
On what? On a trellis?
on the top of the things. I think that's why I call it a trellis instead of a pergola.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty
I
sure the
think there
one
are
that
some pergolas though.
I'm pretty
our
sure
tale.
the one in Somerset House is a pergola because it
Oh my
doesn't-
goodness! All the lily ponds in Somerset.
Sitting right there on the little support.
Oh,
I just
my
want to
goodness.
live there.
I know. It's a great place. It's very beautiful. I like it there. It's very nice. But yeah, so anyways, like I was going to say, like you could divide it up in different sections of like what's your favorite place to be because, you know, architecture, I love Somerset. Environmental, Grotwood is my favorite place to be in for environmental
Yeah.
because it
Oh,
reminds
that
me
is
of
wonderful.
camping. Like hearing all the like chirping and crickets and
But you can hear that if you just open your window.
I live in Arizona. I don't hear any of that
And
stuff.
this is why Kansas is better.
Oh, we weren't debating states. Are we going to get into that conversation?
No, no.
Because I believe the Grand Canyon is in Arizona, and that's a pretty spectacular place. So
I have flown over the Grand Canyon.
shut up, Iwi. He says everything is dead here. Dude, Arizona's great because I can drive like 2.5 hours, go play in the snow during the wintertime, and then drive 2.5 hours back and never have to see it again. So there's that. And
But in Kansas, you can have snow and then have 70-degree weather in a couple hours of each other.
I guess. Okay, we're not going to get into the state debate. We'll do that some other time. But I'm not saying one state is better than the other. I'm just saying Arizona is better than Kansas. That's all. Okay, let's move on.
It's okay. It's not the Kansas-Missouri debate. Sorry, Shameless.
Okay, so we got into that conversation about the favorite places. There's different ways to define it. So for your all-around favorite pick is Somerset. So we got that. All right, good.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else we need to squirrel on before we close out the stream? Or I can smell dinner cooking, so I'm getting very hungry right now. Oh, it's already ready.
I think it's your show, so you should know.
Well, we're about 30 minutes past the normal run time, and I've never actually only had an hour-long show. And I think that's annoying my wife, so we should probably end now. All right.
Well, you know, dinner is ready.
Yes,
so.
and the children are getting antsy. All right. So, Artemis, thank you very much
Your
for coming on the show.
children antsy?
Yes.
It's okay, I'm antsy too.
Jumping around. All right. Thank you very much, Artemis, for being on my show. I appreciate you coming on. It was so much fun having you on. You can go away because I'm going to finish this out and then we're going to have dinner, okay? All right, go. Go on. Go on. All right. So thank you again, Artie. It was fun having you on. I appreciate you hanging out with me. And thanks, everyone in the chat. Sorry we didn't get to questions in chat too much this time around. I think we scrolled around enough without everyone else's help there. So.
That's true.
All right. So that is it for tonight's show. Let me pick someone real fast that we can go raid. Oh, hold on. Who are we going to raid? Oh, I know who I'm going to raid.
Did you check to make sure they're on?
That's what I'm doing right now. I have to do it now because every other time. Now I highlight their name and copy it. And then I come back to my stream. And then I type in raid and put their name in. And I start talking right now because if I were to... Oh my gosh, little girls. If I were to start right now talking, it would cut out before I'm done talking. So I got to say what I got to say. And now what I do is this awkward stare at the end instead of like finishing it. All right, so we got to go. All right, so thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for the biddies. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for everyone stopping in and saying hi. It's such a fun stream. I had fun with you, Artie. We'll talk later. And everyone have a good night. Thank you. Awkward stare time.
Have a good night. Ah! Oh, and the children are joining in the awkward stare. They're very good. They get it from you, Tim. I have to take a picture of everyone's in the awkward stare. You will probably want a picture of it too. Are we done?
Are we rated? Yes. I think that was it.
No, I think we're still on.
Are we still on? No. It should have rated by now. Yep, there it goes.
Oh, now it is.
All right, so we're done.
Middle of July or something like that.
Let me make sure I am
Again,